Welcome to the orientation video for ACC 120. I'm going to keep this short so that I can make sure it can post to my YouTube account. So I'm on the actual Blackboard site at the moment. Any correspondence from me will be sent in the form of an announcement. You want to make sure that you all have activated your school-issued email account. Okay? I'm going to click on the tab that says Syllabus and Schedule, and I want to mainly focus right now on the schedule. The schedule is showing what items are going to be due each week from a chapter standpoint. So we're in week 1. So in this first week, we have 2 chapters, chapter 1 and chapter 2. The chapter 1 homework and quizzes must be submitted no later than 11 p.m. on August 27th. So this is showing the schedule of chapters being covered each week. Notice that your midterm exam is scheduled for September the 17th. The midterm is a face-to-face exam that will take place on the Forest Park campus in room E310. You will hear more about the midterm exam as the date approaches. You can see the rest of the schedule and the chapters being covered. Your final exam will take place on Monday, October the 8th, and you also have to complete 2 projects for this course. Project 11.1, Germain Consulting, Project 13.1, Alice Kitnery, and Nittery. You will hear more about both of these projects closer to the due date of those projects. Now, in terms of your quizzes, on Blackboard you have a tab labeled Quizzes, and right now you see that the quizzes for Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 are out there on the site. You will complete these quizzes again by no later than 11 p.m. on Monday, August 27th. You will have 1 hour. You only have 1 attempt. Therefore, once the quiz has been opened, the quiz has to be completed. On the Blackboard site, you also have lecture notes out there for each chapter. I'm going to post some videos out there as well with information on the chapters, the quizzes. This is the assignments tab. So when it's time to submit your homework, the homework you're going to submit via the Blackboard site. So if you were done with the chapter 1 homework, and I'll cover homework in a separate video, you will click here on the chapter 1 assignment tab. You will locate the actual file under Browse My Computer. I'm going to click on any file for right now just to prove a point. And once I'll go, let's pick on any file. I'll go here. So once you had downloaded the actual file, you will click where it says Submit. And it's going to attach the actual file. And once the file has been submitted, you'll just click on the Submit button. Well, I went too fast. It didn't actually download it, but you'd actually download the file, give it time to download, and once the file's been downloaded, you would click on the Submit button. Next, I'm going to go to where it says External Links. This is an important part of the class as well. If you're having issues with downloading the software, you can click where it says QuickBooks Software. I'm going to click here to go to that link anyway. And under here is going to give you steps on how to actually download the QuickBooks software. So click where it says QuickBooks 2018. And if you have an issue on how to download the software, you will scroll down to the section where it says Install QuickBooks Software. Click on one of those 3 links and follow the steps for how to download the QuickBooks software. Also on this same website, there are what we call starter files for each chapter. I'm going to go here. If you were to click on the Download Starter QB files, these are all of the starter files you're going to use when you're doing the work for each chapter. So I'm going to go through a separate demonstration of how to download the starter files and do the actual QuickBooks software, but you would go to the same website and you would download the starter files and you would use those to complete the actual assignments for each chapter. Also on the same website, you have the chapter 1 reports. I'm going to click on chapter 1, for example, and you're going to use these reports in order to submit your homework assignments for each chapter. So once it comes up, you will see for chapter 1, I'll wait for it. It is going to indicate, I'm clicking on chapter 1 reports, what's due for chapter 1. Now, this is important. We're only going to do the chapter 1 in class, what I call the in class portion, if you will, and the exercises. We're not completing the projects for each chapter. Again, we're not completing the projects for each chapter just when we get to chapter 11 and 13. So what you're going to submit will be the trial balance for chapter 1, the profit and loss statement, standard and detail, the balance sheet, standard and detail. You are not required to complete these other items for the projects. You are only going to complete the chapter work in this case, and you will complete the actual exercises. Again, you're not required to complete the P staff for the projects. We won't do any projects until we get to chapter 11 and 13. So once you've done your chapter 1 homework, again, you will save this information, and this is the file. Let me go through that. So I'll do a file. Let's do a save as. I'll just save it to my downloads. I'll just put my name in chapter 1. Well, it saved really quick, okay? So I'm going to go back to Blackboard. And if I was actually trying to save this for my chapter 1 homework, I would click on the assignments tab. And once again, I would click on chapter 1 and I would download that file here to submit the actual homework. Okay? That's going to conclude this first video. I'm going to come back with a second video utilizing the QuickBooks software.